Hello po, good afternoon. So, ako nga po pala si Giselle ng Aussizz Group Adelaide. Isa po akong education consultant and nagtatrabaho po ako sa Aussizz Group. Nag-a-advise po kami ng mga for students and or sa mga migration. But before that po, I want to know, kumusta po kayo? So you can reply to the chat box kung kumusta kayo. May bagyo pa po ba sa Philippines? That's good to hear. Thank you for answering, Cindy. Ako nga pala si Giselle, uulit ko lang. Uulit ko lang because I'm quite nervous. Pero oo, ako si Giselle and sa bago lang ako dito sa Australia, dumating ako ng March on a student visa. So that's why we are also promoting ng student visa. I'm also under sa student visa ng aking husband. So ako ay kanyang dependent. So I'm working with Aussizz sa mga wala pa dito kanina. So I'm working with Aussizz. It's an education and migration company. So mabuti dito sa Australia. As in. Okay, so I'm going to Okay. So this afternoon, ira-run through ko lang po. We are going to discuss more about sa pag-study dito sa Australia. So kung anong meron ng Australia na may offer sa inyo, the process of getting the student visa, ang admissions and all, at pati na rin po yung after na ninyong makuha yung Australian visa ninyo. Okay, so study and explore Australia with Aussizz Group. So Aussizz Group Migration and Education Consultants. So this is a brief lang po na discussion about the agency that I am working with. So meron po kaming 30 branches all around the globe and there are more than 50 plus registered migration agents. And meron din po kaming 70 plus education consultants. So all in all po, we have more than 175,000 satisfied clients. So if you want to process your application after this one, after ninyong makita kung ano ba yung mai-offer ng Australia, you may contact us anytime through the following na mga links, numbers. Okay, so why study in Australia? So maraming mai-offer yung Australia. There are really a lot. And once you get here, once nakapunta na kayo dito, makikita ninyo the difference ng kung anong mai-offer ng abroad and kung anong mai-offer din ng Philippines and the other countries. I'm not saying na ang Philippines is not a good country. It is, and I love Philippines po. But frankly speaking, since Australia is a first world country, so marami talaga siyang may offer na wala din sa Philippines. So one is global recognition. So since ang Australia po ay isa sa mga nakalagda or nakasign po sa UNESCO Global Convention na re-recognize po ng mga qualifications abroad. So isa po sila sa mga nakapag-sign po. Meaning, yung Australia po is recognized all around the globe. So when you graduate po, kapag nakapag-graduate kayo dito sa Philippines, sa Australia, after nyo makapag-graduate dito, so hindi lang kayo dito ma-recognize yung whatever you have graduated. Pati na rin po sa ibang bansa like US and sa mga neighboring pa ng mga countries in Canada and all. So there are high employability rates in Australia. As you know, yung population ng ng Australia is not yet saturated. Pati na rin yung iba pa, meron pa silang mga skills shortages. So if tayo, mga Filipinos, can bridge that gap, so that would be a great help not only for them, but for us as well. So diversity of education. So ang Philippines po, mga Filipino, hindi lang po tayo yung gusto na pumunta dito sa Australia. So a lot po, maraming pumupunta dito. Maraming pumupunta dito para mag-aral. So we have Chinese people, meron din pong from Colombia, meron from India, meron pang basta a lot po. And you will realize na hindi tayo ma-out of place once we're here in Australia kasi puro tayo mga migrants. Pare-pareha po tayong nakikipagsapalaran, and all the while po malalaman nyo na yung stories po ng each other are almost the same. So iba-iba man yung process and all, pero almost the same yung pagdadaanan. Technology. Technology dito sa Australia is much better. Dito ako sa Adelaide nakatira. So if makikita mo, wala silang traffic dito. They don't have traffic here. Yung mga everything is regulated. So meron silang mga rules applied for everything, sa traffic, pati sa pagbili ng mga bagay in marketplaces and all. Meron po silang parang structured na dapat yung sundin. And it's safe talaga. Cultural diversity, as I've mentioned a while ago po. So, iba-iba po yung mga races na andito. So, you will learn din po kung ano yung mga culture ng ibang lahi while you're in here. So, if ever man na you're interested into pursuing studies here in Australia, makikita niyo po kung ano yung ibang mga traditions, iba-iba. So mag-i-enjoy po kayo. So there are cities which are famous for studies here in Australia. So we have Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Perth, Brisbane, and Gold Coast. So if you want something na parang gusto mo yung mga bigger cities and all, you can always go to Sydney and Melbourne. Meron din Brisbane. But if you want something na parang laid back, like a combination of modern and pati yung sinauna, you can always go to Adelaide and Perth and Gold Coast. So same po sila na marami din po may offer. So Adelaide is quite laid back, even Perth and Gold Coast. But in Sydney, it's busy. There's a lot of opportunities as well. Pero hindi ko masasabi na sa Adelaide and all, wala ding mga opportunities. Marami. You just have to parang get your rhythm. Tapos improve mo yung qualifications mo. So Australian qualification framework. So we have certificate 1. So ang Australian qualification framework po, ito yung policy nagre-regulate sa mga qualifications dito sa Australia. So we have certificate 1, certificate 2, certificate 3, which is usually for 1 year, and certificate 4, it could be for 1 year or 6 months, and diploma, usually for 1 year or 1.8, an advanced diploma. For bachelor's degree po, usually it's 3 years. And we also have bachelor honors degree, graduate certificate, vocational graduate certificate, pati na rin graduate diploma, vocational graduate diploma. Ang master's degree din po, marami dito. So Australia is known to be the third na pinaka-famous na country when it comes to higher education studies po. So bachelor's degree and master's and even doctoral degree, highly recognized po and renowned ang Australian education system dito po. I'm not saying na sa ibang mga vocational courses they are not known, but dito po sa higher education they are renowned po and awarded. So they have received several na po na mga awards regarding their curriculums here sa iba't ibang mga providers, education providers. So study levels in Australia. So we have vocational studies. So there are certificate courses, iba-iba pong certificate courses, diploma, advanced diploma, and graduate diploma. That's all under vocational courses. So kapag sinabi po nating vocational courses, ito po yung parang sa atin mga skilled. So kung sa atin yung merong yung drafting, yung mga automotive, yung welding, dito po siya under. While yung higher education po, ito na po yung mga bachelor's degree, master's, PhD. So for general entry requirements for vocational studies, so you must pass advanced level exam. So you could, pwede dito yung mga 18 years old, tapos nakapagtapos ng high school or equivalent. Tapos IELTS, minimum of 5 each band. So for higher education naman, bachelor's, master's, and PhD. So the general entry requirements are bachelor's, year 10 or year 12. So if you graduated sa old na curriculum, so at least you have graduated year 10. Pero kung naabutan na po kayo ng year 12, so yung year 12 po yung susundin natin. So at least you've graduated for year 12 is bago ka lang na-graduate. And year 10 sa mga katulad ko na nag-graduate sa old curriculum. So master's and bachelor studies. So if you're going to enroll for master's, kailangan po na nakapag-graduate kayo ng bachelor studies. So ang IELTS po is minimum 6 each band. So since we are on level 1 po, so most of us, pwede po tayong makapag-enroll without po ang IELTS. But that depends upon the university po na i-enrollan natin. Kasi merong ibang universities, especially the huge ones, hindi nila ina-acknowledge na whatever level kung ano yung country. So since that's a requirement na 6 IELTS each band, so some would really require na ipasa yan. Okay, so for those who are asking about the higher education study options in Australia, so we have a lot of universities and education providers. Some are from the Big 8, or kung dito kino-consider sila as the largest and most known na mga schools or universities, and they offer good quality education as well. But ang iba din po ng mga private institutions, they are also known, but they offer lesser tuition fee. So it depends upon your profile. It depends upon kung ano yung ma-afford mo. So if you want really ng university na pag-uwi mo sa Philippines, if you want to come back to the Philippines or go back to the Philippines, yung gusto mo na ma-acknowledge ka because of the quality education and all, and you're willing na gumastos para dito, then you could go for University of South Australia, University of Queensland, and University of Melbourne, and a lot more na pwede ninyong puntahan. But if you're tight in a budget, tapos gusto niyo lang na makakuha ng Australian qualification for you to be able to qualify for skills assessment para sa pag-PR dito sa Australia, kahit po na sa mga private institutions like Kaplan Business School, Torrens, at iba pa po, pwede pa rin po, acknowledged po sila and accredited po, and pwede din po kayong pa rin makapag-skills assessment and makakapag-pathway to PR pa din po. So these are the fees. So for bachelor years in Kaplan Business School, so usually for business, these are, I put 3 na pinaka parang affordable and the most parang mga common courses na tinitake and popular courses. So for business, it's 58,800. So for information technology, it's 63,600 AUD. And for hospitality, it's 58,800. So for masters, for 2 years, Kaplan, for business, they have 50,400. And for information, it's 50,400 AUD. And hospitality po is 50,400. But ito po ay hindi nyo po babayaran right away sa pag-enroll nyo lang po. So usually po ang babayaran is for you to get your COE is 2,500 AUD. And yung iba po is babayaran yung for the trimester lang po. So ikahatiin po to sa ilang trimester na ititake ninyo. So bachelor years in Torrance, it's 80,220 for business. Information technology is 80,259 AUD. And hospitality is 80,220. So mag-differ po talaga sila. And if you notice po, if in the big 8, like University of Australia, University of Queensland, University of Melbourne, ito po talaga sila yung mga expensive. Because also, meron na silang mga good reputations. So, what are the common courses for vocational studies? And also, yung iba pang higher education. So, we have nursing. So, bachelor's of nursing, that's year 12. So, for you, para makapag-enroll ka, kailangan nyo na makakuha ng overall 7 and PTE overall 65. So no bond below 7 po. Tapos sa teaching naman po, ito po sila yung mga courses na limited po yung Australia and need po nila. So if you think po na yung qualifications ninyo sa Philippines or yung profile niyo po is leading towards po sa itong mga kurso na ito, then go for it po kasi need po nila dito. So teaching entry requirement for bachelor's, at least you have graduated year 12 or equivalent state. So you parang bakit ano bang meron ako? So IELTS academic is overall 7. So no bond below 7 because dito kasi sa teaching and nursing, that's why high yung mga qualification nila for English capability is because you will be So, syempre, when you are teaching Australian kids, you need to also learn numbers in their language then. Overall 65. So, entry requirements for masters. So, relevant bachelor or equivalent with applicable units. Teaching capability statements then po, IELTS, academic overall 7, walang bond below 7, and PTE overall 65 po. So, vocational study options in Australia. So, for this one po, nursing and teaching, these are all po mga higher education na kulang dito sa Australia. But if meron pa pong marami like engineering courses, marketing, marami po dito digital or information technology, yung mga yun po ay famous po dito sa Australia and meron po silang pathway to PR. So vocational study options in Australia. So the famous one, since ang Philippines din po is home for tourism and marami ng opportunities po ng hindi lang pag-work within the hospitality industry ng Philippines pero pag-work din po sa ibang mga powerful countries And also, pwede din po kayong mag-stay dito sa Australia after your qualification, after graduating sa inyong degree po dito, yung sa inyong certificate, pwede din po kayo dito mag-apply for PR. So, meron po yung step-by-step pathway. But we will discuss that later po. Commercial cookery. So, for commercial cookery, we usually package it with the three courses. So Certificate 3 in Commercial Cookery, Certificate 4 in Kitchen Management, Diploma of Hospitality Management. So ito po, yung Certificate 3 po is usually for 1 year. And Kitchen Management din po, and Hospitality Management. But since po makakakuha po tayo ng credits sa mga courses na natapos na natin, so this could be for 2 years or 2.5 years. And after po nito, so meron po siguro nagtatanong dyan, ano? Because for other mga agencies, they would hindi na nila ipapackage. So usually, sasabihin lang, okay, you are going to study commercial cookery. Yan lang yung course na iti-take mo. But for us, we suggest for you to package that one sa 3 courses na aabot siya ng 2 years. You know why? Kasi kapag 2 years na yung studies mo, you can be able to avail dito yung temporary resident visa nila. So yung temporary resident visa nila is yun yung mga privilege na ginagrant sa mga estudyante na nakapagtapos dito sa Australia. So for vocational studies, makakapag-stay po kayo dito ng 1.5 year. So during that time po, kailangan po ninyong kumuha ng relevant work po sa field na pinag-aralan ninyo para po makakuha po kayo ng qualification for PR. So, fees po is ranging between 15,000 to 24,000 po. So, we have here the lead providers. Meron po tayong Alliance College, Albright, and Northwest po. So, Albright and Northwest are in level 1. We have Certificate 3, Light Vehicle Mechanical Technology, Certificate 4, Automotive Mechanical Diagnosis, Diploma of Automotive Technology. So yung mga outcome nito is same din. So you're gonna be a mekaniko, yung mga masters, specify ng automotive technology, yung mga yung mga nag-aayos ng mga makina. So, ang duration din po, as advised, pinapackage natin siya para matansya talaga na you're gonna study for 2 years or more para makapag-avail kayo ng 2.5 ng 1.5 years. And also, so ang fee po niya ay 20,000 to 24,000. But like I've mentioned before in my previous slides, hindi nyo po babayaran right away. So meron po silang payment plan. So dito for universities, mga lenient naman po sila. So nakakapag-understand naman sila sa situation ng mga students. So you're not gonna pay the amount in full. So meron lang silang pababayaran sa inyo na for COE para makuha ninyo ang Certificate of Enrollment. So kailangan natin yan sa pag-lodge ng visa. And meron din pong, at kapag nakapunta na po kayo dito, babayaran po yung tuition fee before mag-start ng klase. So Advanced Diploma of IT Telecommunications. So this one po is credited po. Accredited. So after po ng inyong mga studies, pwede po kayong mag-consult na ng migration agents para sa pathway po ninyo. So duration po is 2 years and the fees are ranging between 18,000 to 24,000. So yung mga IT, Advanced Diploma of IT Telecommunication po, one course lang po siya. Duration is for 2 years. So ito po yung sa atin yung parang mga nagtatrabaho sa fiber optics, mga ganon. Tapos, yung mga providers po dito are Albright, Northwest, VIT, and Skills Australia Institute. So, Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design. So, yung mga aspiring po dyan na mag-architect or related yung background to engineering. So, pwede po sila dito sa Advanced Diploma of Civil Construction Design. Because ang ano naman po, yung pagkuha naman po talaga ng kurso is not just because gusto mo yung kurso or yung gusto mo na ito yung kukunin ko. But ang pagpili ng kurso po is suggested po yan based on your profile. So ano ba yung nag-graduate mo sa senior high? So ano po yung specialization ng studies mo? So yun po yung mga bases. So if yung profile ninyo po is leading towards mga architecture, engineering, mga draftsman. So ito po yun. Ito po yung kurso na para sa inyo. So ang duration po is for 2 years. Fees are ranging between 19,000 AUD to 24,000 AUD. So the famous providers po nito ay ang Albright, Signet Institute, and then Valley International College. So we also have certificate fee of individual support and certificate fee in pathology. So ito rin po ang isa sa mga pinaka-famous na mga kurso dito sa Australia. So ito yung kurso ng aged care or disability support. At saka yung kung sa atin pa medtech or medical technology, yung pagkuha ng mga specimen. So duration is for 1 year, but we need to package this one with another course na related din sa kurso. So para po makapag-avail din po ng PR. So usually din po pinapackage din po ito sa bachelor's. And fees is ranging po siya sa 4,500 to 8,220. So ang leading providers po niyan ay ang Signet Institute, Equals, and Southern Cross Education Institute. So we also have Diploma of Early Childhood and Care. So dito po sa Australia, isa po siya sa pinaka parang scars. Kulang na kulang sila for teachers, nurses, ito po, mga engineers, and all. So, ito po na mga pathway, meron po siyang pathway to PR. Actually po, meron po nga kaming mga experiences from other, parang sinasabi lang ng mga students namin, and even lead providers na partners nila yung mga nagbibigay ng job, because also dito sa Australia, kapag nag-aral ka, tutulong din yung education provider mo para makahanap ka din ng work mo. So it depends upon kung saan ka nag-aaral. So meron silang mga ganyang support, graduate support and all. So ito po siya is pwede ka na makapagtrabaho even hindi ka pa po nakapagtapos. Because ganyan ka scarce, ganyan sila kakulang na i-hire ka nila kahit hindi ka patapos as long as meron ka nang na-complete na at least 3 months or 6 months. So for scholarships, a lot of you have been asking about scholarships. Dito po sa Australia, marami pong mga universities na nag-offer po ng scholarship or discounts. So for scholarship po, from regional fee waivers, it's 10 to 15%. Yung mga merit-based din po, yung mga medyo excelling sa kanilang mga education, pwede po silang mag-grant ng 20 to 25%. And for Vice Chancellor, ito po yung parang mga choices ng university. Kapag yung qualification ninyo, yung profile ninyo, yung grades ninyo from where you graduated ay maganda. So, ano po sila? Nagbibigay po sila ng 50%. So for PhD students, So pwede po silang makakuha ng 100% scholarship. So the university application process. So ito po yung university application process, which is very important for para sa mga student visa na mga aspirants or mga international students na aspirant. Importante po na ma-understand ninyo kung ano yung process ng pagkuha ng student visa. So for step 1, you choose your course and education provider. So this is what you need to do. You carefully research about the courses and institutions and their locations. So also, we can suggest for you to get that one based upon your profile if you don't have any idea. Pero if you have an idea na kung ano yung kukunin, kung ano yung kurso na feeling mo is parang applicable so what you have completed na. So, kailangan kang mag-research. Even sa institutions, kung ano yung mga offer ng institution, is it a good institution? And yung location din, it's important for you to consider yung location. So, wag kayo yung parang, let's go to Sydney because maraming pumupunta sa Sydney. So, wag kayong magpadala sa bandwagon. So, you need to research on your own kung ano talaga yung mga magagandang states ng Australia where you can find a job while studying. Then, apply documents. So, yung documents must be notarized. So, some of the universities na dito is parang chine-check nila, bine-verify nila if your documents are really parang credible. So we need CAV, so certification of and verification ng mga academic documents natin, kailangan yan, notarized yung mga job experiences. So, and then after, when we apply na, kapag napasa na po natin sa university or sa colleges yung mga, yung application ninyo, so we will receive your offer letter. And that is conditional offer letter pa at first. So, we might get the requirements ng English requirement or GTE assessment. Once po na-satisfy na po sila sa pinasa ninyo, na comply nyo na yung gusto nilang ipasa, to confirm that you are really a genuine student, bibigyan ka na po nila ng unconditional offer letter. So yung unconditional offer letter po is ito na po yung wala ng condition. So if you are happy to accept it po, babayaran nyo lang po yung tuition fee. So to accept your offer po, you need to pay initial tuition fee and you must get your OSHC. So dito po sa Australia, it is a rule po na every student, every education student, every international student po ay kailangan merong OSHC. Ang OSHC is ang Overseas Student Health Cover. So kailangan nyo yan. And bawal na walang OSHC. So when you lodge your documents without that one, hindi po i-grant because that's a basic po na requirement. And obtain your confirmation of COE. So once na obtain na po natin yung COE, which is very important sa pag-lodge ng student visa po, so we can start na sa pagla-lodge or pag-a-apply sa system ng immigration. So visa options. So we have student visa, which is 500. Student visa 500. So I'm under this visa as well. So kung ano nga ba yung mga meron dito sa student visa, ito yung promote namin. So up to 5 years na pagsa-study. So during your studies, you have work rights. So it depends upon your course. Merong for 2 years, for 3 years, merong pang iba na for 4 years up to 5 years. It depends up to you. And so kung anong pinag-aaralan mo. But the whole time that you are studying, meron kang work rights. So for 24 hours po per fortnight while you study. No. I mean, 24 hours per week while you study. So makakapagtrabaho po kayo for 24 hours and makakapag full-time po kayo when on vacation. For 48 po hours per fortnight. So ano pa ba yung ibang good thing about studying here in Australia? So it's the temporary graduate visa. So yung temporary graduate visa po or 485, ang duration po niyan is 1.5 years to 5 years depending upon your qualification. So if you were studying, say for example, you were studying ng vocational courses, yung TR po na makukuha ninyo is 1.5 years. So during that time po, you need to get yung necessary qualification, necessary experience po to get to that you will use for PR. While po, kapag nag-study ka po ng higher education for bachelor's and for master's, for bachelor's, you're gonna get up to 3 years. And for master's naman po, you're gonna get up to 5 years. Depende po kung anong kukunin ninyong kurso. Because for master's po, for all international students, makakakuha po kayo ng 3 years po na 485 visa. That's a standard. But if you're studying po sa mga regional na mga areas like Adelaide, regional areas ng Perth and all, meron po kayong additional 1 year po ng TR. And additional 1 year na naman po if you're studying sa mga kurso na related po sa technology or information technology. So this visa is for international students who have recently graduated for an Australian institution. So ito pong visa, temporary graduate visa 485, hindi lang po to siya binibigay sa kung sino-sino lang. So this 485 visa is given specifically sa mga tao po na nakapag-graduate dito sa Australia. So, ano po ba yung ginagawa ng 485 visa? So, it lets you live, work, and study in Australia temporarily. So, say for example, I told you a while ago, di ba, na kung nag-masters ka dito, you're gonna have 3 years at least na pag-stay dito sa Australia. And the whole 3 years, meron po kayong full-time work rights na yan. So, pwede din po kayong mag-aral ulit if you want. Okay. So, once we get the COE, we begin the financial preparation. So, again, in the Philippines, hindi siya requirement na magpakita ng funds since we're in level 1. But then, it would always be safer if not meron kayong show money because yung level kasi ng country, nagpa-fluctuate din siya. Minsan natatanggal sa level 1, minsan napupunta sa level 2. And if you're studying sa level 2 din na institution, so kailangan yung mag-show ng funds. And it would be also, kung meron lang talagang ipapakita na pera, it would also be better if meron kayong funds na ipapakita kasi it will show na meron kayong good financial ties sa home country. So, and it's a plus sa inyong visa, additional points siya para makakuha din kayo para mag-grant ng visa. But hindi nito gina-guarantee na once you have show money, mag-grant yung visa ninyo. It depends really upon your profile. It depends upon your GTE sa SOP po ninyo. So sa SOP po nakasalalay ang lahat and the other documents po are there to support you. It may break or it may help your pag-process po sa grant. Okay, in the second year onwards, you need to demonstrate adequate funds for tuition fee. Okay, so student visa 500 process. So what are the documents that you need to prepare? So identity documents, that's your passport. Evidence of intended study and health insurance, that's your COE, confirmation of enrollment. And then yung overseas health cover ninyo, student cover. Evidence of previous studies, yung mga na-complete nyo na sa Philippines, you have to compile that one, have it notarized, or have it verified sa inyong mga education institutions. Evidence of work experience, if you have work experience, compile nyo lang din po yun and have it notarized. Evidence of genuine temporary entrant or GTE, that's your SOP. And evidence of financial capability. It would always be safe if we are prepared. So at the moment, the Philippines po is in level 1. It's a level 1 country and we don't have to show funds sa ngayon po, but it would always be safer because it's a case-to-case basis din po. Depende din po sa mag-grant ng visa. So it depends kung pag-check nila if they are satisfied. Sige, mag-grant. But if kulang, that financial capability might help. So evidence of appointment of agent or 956A form, visa submission and payment of visa fee. So you have to pay po sa immigration. So for main applicant po, if you're gonna carry your family, if you're gonna bring your family here din po, so meron po silang specified po na babayaran. So if the main applicant you are going to study, so you need to pay 710 AUD. Pero kapag nag-additional applicant na over 18 years old, say for example, kasi if you need your partner to be there with you, so that's additional 530 AUD. And if you want na dalhin yung anak ninyo na under 18 years old, so you need to pay another 175 AUD. And subsequent temporary application is 700 AUD. So ito yung kung say for example, sa visa ninyo, hindi nyo dinala sa first time na pag-apply nyo ng visa na approve and you nag-study na po kayo dito sa Australia, so ito yung mga babayaran ninyo, yung 710, 530, and 175 if you're going with your kid. Pero kapag hindi mo dinala sila, and ipa-process mo once nandito ka na sa Australia, you think na safer na yung application mo because you're alone. And ngayon, you miss your partner, so ipa-process mo yung subsequent temporary application for your dependent. So yung babayaran yan is AUD, 700 AUD. So temporary graduate visa grant or the 485 visa. So like what I have mentioned kanina, so this is the graduate work stream. So up to 18 months vocational studies, you have qualification relevant to an occupation on skilled occupation list. So kailangan talaga na pumili ng kurso which is a pathway sa dito sa skilled occupation list. Bakit importante na we need to consider yung skilled occupation list? Because dito nakasalalay yung pathway to PR, because there's a lot of courses na even promote ng ibang agents which don't have pathway to PR. Like yung mga leadership, language, they don't have pathway to PR. So kailangan ninyong i-research, consult your agent, ask them kung ano yung mga courses na merong pathway to PR. So post-study work stream, so 2 to 4 years depending on your qualification or higher education. So like I've mentioned a while ago po, yung 485 po, nag-grant po siya ng iba-iba pong privilege for you to stay and work in Australia. So if nag-study ka po ng master's or higher education, meron kang 2 to 5 years po na pag-stay dito sa Australia where you can work full-time. By the time po, pwede po kayong humanap ng sponsor ninyo so that ma-sure ninyo yung PR. So there will be a lot of time po na para ma-process ninyo yung mga requirements for PR po or permanent residency. And for vocational courses naman po, it's a brief time lang, 1.5 years. So you need to get the necessary po na experience para po makapag-PR. But then, you need to consult din po a migration agent. So our migration agents din po dito ay free lang din po sa first consultation. So once you get here or once you want to be sure kung ano yung gusto mong puntahan dito talaga sa Australia, say for example, because Aussizz Group is a migration company na both kinakater niya yung mga student visa pati skilled migration. So say for example, you want to know kung ano ba yung profile mo, pina-assess mo yung profile mo if you can be eligible para sa working visa, pwede din po. So you need to like consult yung mga magagaling na or masters na dito sa mga ganito because it's quite complicated and tricky for ibang mga courses for you to get PR. So we're on a race din. So yeah. Okay, so we're done. Any question from student visas to skilled migration? Okay, so from student visas to skilled migration, partner visas to tourist visas, we've got the expertise to guide you every step of the way. So why wait? Give us a shout out today and take the first step towards your dream adventure. So if you want to process your application, please contact the Aussizz Group, Adelaide, South Australia. Okay, so any questions po, please comment po sa baba. I mean sa chat box po if you're interested po to ask anything. No questions po. Okay. I'm sorry, hindi ko po na-specify yun. Yung PR po is yung permanent residency po. Ito po yung goal ng every student, every student po na pumupunta dito or even po yung mga nagma-migrate dito po for working visa. PR po is permanent residency in Australia. So age limit for student visa. So for student visa po, kasi kami, nagre-recommend kami na at least po sana pumunta kayo dito, hindi pa kayo nagpo-40. Pero for student visa, we can still process if you are over 40s na. Pero cost-wise and yung effort-wise, mas maganda po na 40 or below 40 nakapag-process na po kayo ng student visa para hindi po kayo parang hindi po kayo dehado sa oras. Kasi you have to meet the requirement po dito. Yung parang yung sa kanila po kasi for you to be able to work po so for sa visa po nila, I mean sa work po, you need to be 45 years old and below. So pag nag-reach na po kayo ng 45 years old at nag-aaral pa kayo by then, sayang lang din po yung pag-aaral ninyo. So need ninyo pong i-consider if kaya ko ba na if say for example you're 40 years old at the moment, i-assess mo if within sa qualification mo sa Philippines, say for example 40 ka na, sa qualifications mo sa Philippines is marami ka ng mga na-accomplish. So you think na even if 40 ka na, within 1 year, kaya mo nang makahanap ng sponsor dito sa Australia, that would be good. So pwede pa rin i-process. But if you think na if you think na parang kulang and you need to start pa ng dito ka pa mag-establish sa Australia, mahirap. But that's not impossible. What is the duration of graduate visa after studies? It depends upon po the study na inaaral mo. So say, for example, you were studying vocational courses like commercial cookery, automotive, telecommunications, yung mga vocational courses in general. So yun po ay 1.5 year lang po siya. So within that 1.5 year po, kailangan nyo pong makakuha ng necessary po na experience 1 year, or depende po sa kung anong gusto ng state ng Australia during that time, kung anong nire-require nila. Kailangan mong makuha yan para po magamit ninyo para sa pag-apply for permanent residency. So any other question po? What is the fees for applying for student visa? So it depends upon po the studies that you are going to take. So kung vocational courses po, that would be around 200 to 300. Pwede nang kasama yung partner mo. But for higher studies po, bachelor's, master's, medyo mahal po siya. So mga 400 to 700 po. Okay. But if ikaw lang mag-isa, hindi mo nakasama yung ibang pamilya mo, wala ka nang kasama, so that would be just around 100 to 200,000. And meron pa yun po mga discounts or scholarships. How long does it take for the student visa to come after applying? So, for student visa, pagpa-process po natin in schools to get your admissions, so 1 to 3 months. But for the grant, for the visa, we don't know actually. It could be for pwedeng 2 days after nyo makapag biometric or medical, pwede din after hours, after nyo makomply lahat. Pwede din within 2 months or after 2 months. It really depends upon sa immigration kung kailan nila i-grant. So sometimes po hindi nag-grant agad-agad, you'll be in the waiting list. So they will consider then ulit. 42 years old. Yes, pwede pa din pong i-process, but you need po na you need po din po na you need po na i-assess po yung sarili ninyo. If yung qualifications nyo or your experience po ninyo sa Philippines is enough po, we can still process 42 years old po. But that, we cannot guarantee that after your studies po, you can still have the chance for permanent residency. Because it's really up to you po. If matatapos mo siya, di ba, 42 years old, you're gonna start studying at 42 years old. Meron kang 42, 43, and 44. So you'll be 44 years old nang graduate kayo. So, yeah, so it depends sa inyo po kung makuha niyo po agad-agad yung experience na kailangan niyo pong makuha for as requirement po ng immigration. So can I book a consultation with you? So you can book a consultation with any of our education consultants po dito for free po. Free po siya. So if you have questions po, if you think your profile is good, or ano ba yung profile, ano ba yung kurso na gusto niyo for your profile, ano po yung mga suggested courses na kunin ninyo based upon sa natapos ninyo sa Philippines or sa pinagtatrabahuan niyo po ngayon, kasi meron po tayong ibang mga Filipinos, right? Ibang mga Filipinos na nag-graduate ng medicine or nursing, but then they are working sa BPO companies. So then, pwede po natin na ma-arrange kung ano po yung kurso na para sa kanila. But for that po, kailangan ninyo po ng booking po sa isang education consultant para po ma-assess niyo po talaga thoroughly. Ma-consider ninyo on two sides kung ano yung kukunin ninyong kurso. And for migration agents po, you can book through Zoom or WhatsApp, through call. The first consultation po, that would be free. And then after that po, meron na po silang charges ng $75 po. Any questions pa po? Okay, so if you want po to reach me or for a consultation, my email po is any other questions po? Were you able po to understand kung ano po yung parang ma-enjoy ninyo pag nasa student visa po kayo? Actually po, isa pa rin po sa parang mga benefits of coming here on higher education. Say for example, you bring your partner with you. So ako po is under po ako sa visa ng husband ko. So since my husband is studying masters here in Australia, so ako po ay meron po akong privilege or parang right na I can work po full time. So if your partner is studying, so your partner po, if kasama ka po, meron ka pong right to work full time. So any more questions? Any more questions po? Okay. So if you're interested po to, thank you so much for joining the webinar. So if you're interested po sa punta dito po sa Australia on a migration, skilled migration or student migration po, pwede niyo pong i-contact kami. You send your resume sa email address ko po, and we will assess po kung ano yung mga kurso, or you can also research for yourself and then tell us how we can help you.